to work with. Is it similar?
Yeah, it's similar. On Waylay, it's 8 seconds.
8 seconds.
Yeah, so, you know, if you are pretty confident that the angle you're holding, you know, you want to commit to that for your 8 seconds. If you're on defense, you can. But ultimately, it's not quite like Jet in that you can't really use it to escape.
It's you and goodness! Me. I mean, this is fast reaction. I'm sorry to interrupt, but that was just off the rip aggression. I was not expecting the double light speed off the rip. And still, yeah, I mean, it's a bloodbath, isn't it?
He's farming.
Primmy's opted into it. Wants to try and take a few more casters. Steps up to the challenge, removes it. Bit of spam from Hard, okay.
This big kill is going to force Kohar and Caster to back up, reassess. Now, Primmy, I think, beefed the refract a little bit when he first took that fight. Forgot to place it down, and it was just kind of sat in A main. Hard with another one.
That's kind of owning.
I didn't know what to expect from Hard.
No.
I'm not super familiar, but I was reading kind of the bio. All right, he's a singer from Thailand, contestant on Survival. I was thinking, all right,
well, this guy's incredible. It's just
he's frying people.
Hitting all the check marks in terms of being talented.
Yeah, we saw Prinny there maybe interact with the ability maybe more like you would on a Jet, right? Where you putting that ability in safety is going to be key.
Yeah.
You can't just like put it where you're standing because you're not going to travel very far and you're going to be vulnerable when you come out of it.
But also, crucially, what I wanted to point out is that even though Primmy kind of beefed the refract at the start, he wasn't forced to take it. When the cooldown runs out, you don't just zip back to the refract position. You can actually choose not to enact it.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he was also able to get another one afterwards. So here he is, putting down the refract kind of in a bad place.
Yeah.
Uses light speed to disengage, but then because he got 2 more kills, he was able to get another refract to try to take a fight from a safer position. So, I mean, even when you make mistakes, if you're Primmy, it's fine.
My brain folded in on itself to try and figure out what happened in that engagement in main. Like, genuinely, there was a lot going on. The light speed dashes.
Yeah, you got 2 Waylays dashing around. Lots to keep track of.
He got chaotic quite quickly here, Primmy.
Dashing around. Lots to keep track of.
He got chaotic quite quickly here, Primmy. Outlaw in hand, won't be seeing any tags up through mid though. That's going to be the dimensional drift. Demo trying to set up the rest of his team now. Spotted now, no one's out onto the side, so open ground to be taken. ISO ult, preemptive. The spam from John, and an attempt by Subush to catch that timing, refract him back. He's going to be safe. Then posted up, 4 position, but out through heaven, Mintoka.
Very clean from Mintuka there. Team International left scrambling after Hart got the kill inside of the ISO ult as well. After winning the pistol, attack side on ascent has been difficult. It's going to need something incredible from Denmo.
Caster trying to play off of it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Demo's barely alive there, just trying to scramble and run away. Does have the spike. Options.
See if Denmo feeds the kill into Primmy. That would put Primmy 1 away from having the conversion pass online. That's all I'm looking for.
You're not even worried about the clutch. You're just, you want to see the ult being used.
I want to see the ult. I want to see Primmy get a kill and a defuse, and then, I mean, it does. I would assume starting the round with a conversion pass doesn't make too much sense.
You never know.
Never know.
Do some aggro main control. What kind of usage did you see, June? I think like playtesting, iterating on the agent.
For the ultimate?
Yeah, just for the ultimate in general. Did you see it much in like playtest, people using it off the rip at the beginning of rounds? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think you would play it typically how you would expect, right? With like Sova Dart, Fade Eye, contacting off, like, you know, contact off a drone, things like this. The main thing is that the places you're gonna want to use it, they're gonna have to be more like, it's not quite as large of an area as Breach or Fade. You have to call your shot a little bit more than that. It's not like the whole bomb site, right? It's just one piece. So you're going to want to have information before you cast it, first of all. And second of all, the supportive casts of the ability aren't nearly as strong, right? Because you want to be following up on it yourself with your dash. And trying to like pick that player off. So I think on areas in the map like you know, Cat going into Tree, where it's like fairly narrow, fairly hard to escape, and it really does affect that whole area, I think it'd be really quite good there.
So Primmy's 1 away from the ult at the moment. Just to recap how the ultimate works, it applies a debuff in an area and a buff to yourself. Does the debuff affect teammates as well? Is that something that you have to be worried about, like Breach?
Yes, it does affect teammates. It does not affect Waylay, though.
Gotcha.
So when Waylay is dashing out, even though the ultimate's like rolling out right from under you, you're still good.
There's our refract. Back to safety. And Ten's trying to punish with a light dash, but punish didn't play. And that's an ult turned. Convergent pass ready and waiting. Primi, you choose to let it loose. Just the Armageddon is going to try and pave the way and clear out most of main.
And they're going into the waiting hands of Mintuka, who gets killed, but then...
Yeah, not dead yet. Still swinging wide. God, who is this guy?
God, Heart is frying. I got to tell you, I underrated the Thai team.
You can't be handsome, singing, dancing, and surviving, and you can't be good at Valorant as well. That's just not fair.
Oh, that's ridiculous. By the way, Mintuka, current streamer, former Game Changers player, currently top fragging on Clove too. You might have been looking at this thinking Superbuzz, former player for Full Sense, or maybe Primi would be up at the top of the scoreboards. At the moment, they're just here as the supportive cast.
We did use it at the end. Slow start to this one.
They're finding it tough to be able to get into the sites.
Yeah.
The Thai team is looking to try to take fights as much as possible. Like, for example, Mint inside this smoke.
Full aggro.
She's going to be able to hear some of what's going on.
She could definitely do some damage. Same could be said of Primi. Oh, he's got to be careful of that one, but okay. Just spotting the shoulders out, and as the opposition removed and out. Light speed in and out, and oh my god, a head take clean off. Charles going for it. Flash into the face, though. This is potentially a thrifty win. Look at this, 2v4. Team International. Open access, site granted, on to way, so they get the plan down.
Going walkabouts in the post plan here as well.
No one on site.
No.
Everyone's just...
I mean, set up for the
gone.
show match Ninja Diffuse.
Ugh.
G2 and T1 going to be watching this.
Feeling inspired.
Yeah. For the next time they play Ascent, which is not going to be today.
Not for a while. They want to go for this, though. Team Thai trying to take it. Paranoia in the face, going to be slowing down at the approach. Cage on top of it. It's all a little bit too predictable here, but the smokes obfuscate. Delay, but a random spam. Dismissing forwards, I respect the play, but yeah, that time is ticking. That spike is imminent. The Team International grab themselves a third round.
And a big thrifty win there, despite the fact that they all go down. So it's not like John gets to keep his weapon towards the end, but that's a big one. Now, Tens is still one away from getting his first ult online. I'm going to need him to step it up.
What is
you won last time you were at the first Masters of a year.
Well, I mean, he is doing his job. He's getting in there with Waylay.
That's
you
true.
know,
He is getting in there. Unfortunately, he's also dying once he's got in there. He tried to go for a big punish onto Primi last round. Does he take the orb?
Yeah.
All right. Okay,
Here it is.
we go.
Here it is. And Dimensional Drift to set it up. Here we go. Send that to Util. Light speed up and over. Spotted down into the Hell player, but quickly removed. And this is a 3v5, but inside there's smoke. There's the refract. Coming out strong there. Back to safety. Both Waylays.
Now, does that go through Hell?
it does not. It's line of sight.
Gotcha.
No plan down, hold on. Open to the door, Tens. To try and win this fight out, just can't quite wrangle it. With the rifle in hand and CGRS. Okay. Need Gecko to perform apparently. Damage done to Dummo. Could be that first line of defense before they get into the site with a flash re-peek on top of it. Good clean up there. So 4-4, nice and even.
Yeah, very nice. I mean, they found a player in Hell. Tens decided to commit the convergent paths for any players that might be trying to flood in. So he ults over to the left
He
side.
still got it.
Did it land onto the player in Hell? Oh no, he didn't use it. Sorry,
it.
my apologies. I thought he used it on the exec. I mistook the animation
All good.
because he went for the light speed.
Yep. So far, one conversion pass with. John just stoked to be here. Yep.
All right. Potential for a massive clash in B main.
Don't miss me too much.
Ooh, suppressed though. Won't be any of these being used just yet. Bit of pre-fire onto the drone. There's a refight as well from Team Thai up through mid. They want to try and put the squeeze onto these players in through main. There's a convergent path, and there it is. Double dash in, trying to take the fight, and it is damage done at that still.
Be right back.
Instant trade-off. Heartbuster's there, still active and kicking, and returning into the fight and into the fray. Fighting tooth and nail. Shield maybe scattered away for John, but still doing the damage here. And Team International trying to sync this one up. Super Bus! Lining up these highlighted players. You haven't got the reload. Oh, okay. All good. Empress in play into the 1v1. This is scattered. This is chaotic. The smoke's been dropped down and they've swapped places.
Denmo doesn't have a gate crash, doesn't have an ult to be able to work with. Knows that Superbus was around B main last time. He saw him. Superbus has gone for the big, long wraparound. And Denmo has to be careful here. You gotta favor Bus in this situation.
It's almost like, why would you leave the spike? Why would you run away from it? What's going on? The full loop around.
30 seconds
Going
left.
around the world at this point. There's 30 seconds left.
They're both worried about each other getting timing. Denmo at some point here has got to make the first move though.
Yeah.
Shuts the door. He's got to be thinking about Bus coming from spawn here.
Yeah, from main. It's a crazy timing. Com-esque. Super Bus. Oh, you've got all the time in the world. And Denmo, no! He's none the wiser. That was just ridiculous. Oh.
Let's wind things back to the start of the round though. 10 sends in the convergent path. Doesn't catch, I believe, onto the player that was over towards stairs. Now, if it had caught this convergent path, walk us through what kind of debuff Hinder is. Because it's a brand new one. It's different to like Breach's Concuss, for example.
Yeah, so Hindered, you can kind of think about it as like a nearly universal player slow. So it's fire rate, reload speed, your jump gravity, your movement speed, your gun pull-out time. Really just everything about your gun and your movement gets slowed.
Do you still have the screen shake that you do with Concuss?
No, you don't. So you'll still be able to, you know, I mean, if you can hit your first shot, then, like, I personally don't usually just hit my first shot when I'm shooting with the Vandal, but,
Me too.
you know, but, you know, you kind of get this, like, advantage duel, right?
Gotcha.
Denmo spotted it out. It's a lovely flash as well, and a peek with a Bucky. Rolling back the years of that, I don't remember seeing this guy in the raid. He was doing filthy things with the shotguns in hand. Still doing it. Superbus trying to contest and tangle with these players in through main, just making it nice and awkward. That's a 3-2-1 swing! Pulling discipline like that out.
They need to take down Team Thailand.
Yeah, all the stops. It's a very difficult retake. Primi, no more util.
Oh, so
Off to
nerdy.
the sides. Yeah, look at this. Tripled up into the smoke. At a moment's notice, they flash through and they take the fights.
That's, I mean, G2 and T1 should be looking at that. Look
Yeah,
at
they should. This is ludicrous for a team that has just joined together. What kind of coordination is this?
I mean, also, they've got player from Canada, Karsa's from China, Denmo Korean, Kohal, they're from Japan. I mean, they're syncing up triple swings through smokes with flashes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and I don't know that, none of them speak like the same language, ostensibly, right? Except for...
They speak Valorant.
Yeah, they speak
exactly.
Valorant, yeah.
Valorant really is a language.
If they can do that with no comms, then, you know, get with
I know.
it.
Rank players have no excuse.
Going walkabouts up through mid here, Bus. Trying to make something happen on the eco.
Yeah.
While Team International take A main control.
Ooh, spotted out though. Karsa, steady aim, eventually gets it. Good open and pick here. Back inside the smokes as well though. These players have been picked apart, picked to pieces.
Yeah, there's a bait and switch set up, but it's going to get broken by the Cypher ult. There's the dash again.
Lovely util combo. There's no players onto the side to receive it though. Be on the receiving end. What the hell? Oh my! That's Primi Bucky. Karsa just got cooked. Still 3. Oh! What is going on?
I mean, we've got to see that replay from Primi's POV. He goes for the light speed dash into Karsa's face with a Bucky, so that's really difficult to dodge, and then gets knifed in the back on the refract.
How many shotgun abusers are there in the Q&A team, June?
Oh, I mean,
using Waylay.
yeah, I mean, there are a few players who are in our daily playtests who are big shotgun enjoyers.
I mean,
This is
I feel for
there are some
Karsa.
people who are just like reactivated some pretty awful memories seeing that, I think, on the dev team. We did work pretty hard on the counterplay side. That was a pretty unusual case. I mean, you know, you have to keep in mind a lot of these players are playing against Waylay really for the first time. The first time.
So what would you say the counterplay is to somebody who's trying to dash around with Buckies?
Yeah, so as you play against the agent more, you'll find that the paths that Waylay can take.
Primi straight in there.
Yeah.
Don't mean to interrupt, but
No, no, please.
It just left Cole up through the devices. Primi! Oh my, he's getting away with murder here.
Phantom abuse. And a 6-6 half. It looked like Thailand was going to run away from it, though. Credit to Team International for getting 6 on the attack side. Sorry, June, though. Just before we interrupted, you were talking about counterplay to people who are going to try to get up in your face and use close range weaponry.
Yeah, so I think in general with the dash, it's quite loud. You'll be able to hear each dash distinctly. The audio is distinct between the dashes, and also the visuals are a little distinct between the dashes as well. So all these together give you a pretty good sense of being able to track Waylay. Additionally, in that situation, right, this player just like hadn't really like played against a Waylay engaging in this play pattern that much, but I've actually, over time, especially, there's a lot of people who are abusing this on the dev team internally, and over time, actually, you actually just kind of see them get put down now, so people kind of stop trying.
Nice. Okay.
You know.
I like that.
And is that because the pathing is very predictable?
Yeah, they're straight lines. It's not like Rays where it's like so squirrely.
Gotcha.
And they also have fixed distances. So your ability to improve